Hello students, welcome to the online classes. In this video, I will be giving you an introduction to biological classification, the need of classification and the history behind the modern day classification system. So, let's start. Living world and living organism in it are so diverse. Here, you can find tiny microscopic one-celled organisms as well as huge many-celled organisms. It's easy to study about each organism in detail if they are classified in different groups. Many attempts were made to classify the organisms. The first classification on scientific basis was done by Aristotle, a Greek philosopher. This was around 300 BC and he was known as father of biology. As there were no microscopes during those days, he grouped organisms on the basis of simple morphological features. He divided plants on the basis of size of stem. So he divided it into herbs, shrubs and trees on the basis of soft stem, many stems and a strong wood. Aristotle classified animals into group with red blood and without red blood. Aristotle divided animals on the basis of habitat. Habitat is a place where an organism lives. He divided animals into those which live in air, which live on land, and in water. Even though it had many problems, this classification was used for nearly 2000 years because no much progress was made in biology those years. During 16th to 17th century, microscope was invented. This was a big step in biology as it led to the discovery of cell and cell wall. Robert Hooke in 1665 discovered cell. In 1758, Carl Linnaeus introduced two-kingdom classification. This Swedish scientist is considered to be the father of modern taxonomy. He was such a great botanist that he was called as a prince of botanists. He divided living organisms into two categories, Plantae and Animalia, on the basis of presence of cell wall. Plantae, cell wall is present, and Animalia, cell wall is absent. It was very easy to understand and learn, but unfortunately it has its disadvantages too. For example, here you can see in the image the bacterial cell. There is no nuclear membrane present on the bacterial cell. But in the plant cell, nucleus, nuclear membrane, nuclear pore, everything is present. Still, together they were grouped in kingdom Plantae because cells of all these organisms have cell wall. Also, unicellular organism having only one cell, example Chlamydomonas, multicellular organisms, example Spirogyra, autotrophic organisms which are able to prepare their own food, green plants, heterotrophic organisms depending upon the others, example fungi, were grouped together in Plantae. Can you say the reasons? The cells of these organisms had a cell wall. Now we must have understood that in addition to the presence and absence of the cell wall, there are many other factors to look on while classifying the living organisms. Moreover, the fungi cell wall had chitin, while green plants, which belongs to the same group in Linnaeus classification, had cellulose and hemicellulose in their cell wall. So, cell wall composition also should be considered. Another disadvantages of Linnaeus classification was that some protozoans like Euglena possess characters of both plants and animals. That is, Euglena having chlorophyll in their chloroplast, and in the presence of sunlight it can prepare its own food. But in the absence of light, they become heterotrophic by absorbing nutrients from the surroundings. They were not separately classified in Linnaeus classifying system. As you can see here, Euglena, how does it move? With the help of flagella. The movement is done by flagella. So to solve the problem in Linnaeus classification, Ernest Haeckel in 1866 proposed a third kingdom, Protista, which included any microorganisms that was not a plant nor an animal, but the problems were not solved completely. Later, in the 20th century, electron microscopes were developed which are capable of much higher magnification than the light microscopes. This revealed the structure of each cell organelle in detail. So there was a need of classification based on cell structure, prokaryotic or eukaryotic, cell wall composition, body or thallus organization, whether it is unicellular or multicellular, mode of nutrition, whether it is autotrophic or heterotrophic, phylogenetic relationship based on evolutionary history. In 1969, Robert Harding Whittaker added two more kingdoms, Kingdom Monera and Kingdom Fungi, a 5-kingdom classification considering all the criteria that we just saw. So he divided the 5-kingdom classification Monera on the basis of unicellular prokaryotes, Protista, unicellular eukaryotes, while fungi, plantae and animalia on the basis of multicellular eukaryotes. I would like to add an information here. Carl Uze in 1977 divided Kingdom Monera into 2 kingdoms. They are Archaebacteria and Eubacteria. He proposed 6 kingdom classification systems. Later, 3 domains, Eukarya consisting of fungi, Kingdom Fungi and Kingdom Animalia, Kingdom Bacteria, Kingdom Archaea, which is now called as the Uzean Revolution. Here we come to the end of today's session. Please write down the notes, learn properly. Happy day, be safe, be healthy. Thank you.